So I'm here at the Dreame booth with the X50 Ultra and Lester, who's going to have some information about this new robot. So this is your first robot that can actually go up steps, right? You call it ProLeaf technology?
It's actually obstacles, we would say that, yes. For X50 Ultra, we are recognized as the world's first robot vacuum with retractable legs. With those legs that our robot vacuum can clamp over obstacles. For single layered obstacles, the maximum height it can clamp over is 4.2 centimeters, about this high. And for double layered obstacles like this, our robot vacuum can clamp over from this part and ending this part. Combine these two layers together, the maximum height it can clamp over is 6.0 centimeters, which I believe we are the highest one regarding the height of the obstacles the robot vacuum can climb over.
Right.
Yes.
So if I have a room, let's say one room, and I have an addition to my house, and I have a difference in the floor height like this, it's going to be able to go from the lower room to the next room.
Yes.
Like this.
Yes, exactly, just like that. In most of the using scenarios in a home, it's highly impossible that our robot vacuum X50 Ultra is gonna get stuck.
Right. So it's not just differences in height or threshold. It's going to be things like maybe a power cord.
For sure.
It's going to be able to get over the power cord, or maybe a shoe or something like that.
A shoe may be a bit too high, but for power cord, it definitely can climb over.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, in my experience, one of the most difficult things is power cords.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a new navigation system here too. This is a time of flight navigation system. Tell me about that.
Yes. Okay. The navigation system, we can have a closer look over there.
Yep.
Yes. What we call the new navigation system is the versatile lift navigation. As the name says, when the robot vacuum detects a lower space when it's working, the algorithm will tell the robot vacuum to lower its LiDAR system inside the main body of the vacuum so that it can slide into the lower spaces to make sure that there is no spot left behind unclaimed. Yes.
And what's the height that it can go underneath?
If I remember correctly, that when the LiDAR recedes into the body, the height of the robot vacuum it can sliding is 89 millimeters.
89 millimeters. So
yes, but we do not encourage this extreme testing scenario because the bottom of the furniture might scratch the upper layer of the robot vacuum.
Mopping, so the mop extends to the side.
Yes.
And you've also got an arm actually that extends to the side too.
Yes. This is the Hyperstream Detangling Brush.
Yep.
As you spoken of, that we have dual flex arm technology, as you mentioned. Consider our robot vacuum has both an arm and a leg. For the arm, we are referring to the set brush. As we are renowned for our set brush and the mop, they are able to do the extension while they're working to ensure that every corner is clean. And for this Hypersteam Detangling Brush, we made a little bit redesign of the brushes, as you can see from here. So when it's working, there will be no hair tangled to our brushes because we made a slight redesign of it. As you can see, when the brush is rolling like this, the hair will be pulled to this side of the brush and they will directly be sucked up by the robot vacuum into the dustbin. So there will be no hair tangling on our brushes. And we also get a certification from TUV in Germany saying that our brush system can truly achieve zero tangle.
Cool. Okay. Can we take a look at the brushes now? All right. Very cool.
There you have it.
It's pretty good. I'm here with Dennis, and Dreame has an arm that this is the beta arm. Tell me about it.
Okay, no problem. So we have invented this robotic arms for two reasons. The first one is to make to make the everywhere in your house can be cleaned up. For example, if there is a shoes in the beneath in the middle of the rooms, and you can just the normal robot will just avoid it, and this one can pick it up and then clean the space beneath the shoes. Or if you can set a front door zone, and you can set all the shoes to be in the front door. So every time when you go back home, you can see all the shoes is in the front door right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and every toy is in the children's room. Yeah, and there is a second purpose for that. If the robot see there is a ketchup, which is dry up on the floor, and the normal mop pad and the brush cannot handle that, so he'll go to the accessory box. The accessory box have 4 different kind of tools. For example, if the robot see there is a narrow space he cannot get in, and there is a lot of dust inside, and he'll choose to use this one. And
Wow.
yeah, you can see here that there is some curve inside, and when the robot, the arms put it inside here like this and open up, and it got stuck. And you can just clean the narrow space for you. And then if there is a ketchup which is dry on the floor, and you'll choose to use the half brush to clean up the ketchup, and then use the mop pad to clean it up for you. And then when everything is done, you'll go back to the accessory box to put it back in here. Yeah, like this.
Wow, the future is here. This is insane.
Alright.
That's crazy. So, is this going to be available on a robot sometime this year?
Yes, this year will be released in the market.
Wow. So basically, this can, if I have like shoes on the floor, my kids have shoes, and they leave them around the house, this can take the shoes and put them back by the front door.
Yes.
Wow.
That's amazing, right?
That is amazing. So what kinds of objects can it pick up? So you talked about shoes, like toys.
And maybe tissues, napkins. So we will do the analyze about the US citizens and European citizens, all the household floor. We will collect all the things maybe on the floor and do the data analysis to see if the object is, the weight of the object is lower than the 500 grams, you can pick up and you can set a zone and to choose this kind of object should be in that zone, and the robot will know that and to organize your home for you. We haven't decided a name for this right now. This is our technical storage, and we will see when it's in August, and we will just give you a name for it.
That's great. Wow, this is really, really impressive, and I'm looking forward to seeing this, I guess, later this year, so stay tuned. Dreame also has a line of stick vacuums, and they got a couple that are debuting a little bit earlier this year, a little bit later this year, I should say, in the springtime. So we have the new Z20 Station. So this is a vacuum, of course, a stick vacuum that is a filter here, but instead of emptying this canister manually when it gets dirty, you just put it into the station, and it's going to, I think it's doing it right now, it's going to empty all the contents into here, so you don't need to do it on your own. They've also got the new Z30, which is going to be coming out, I think, in the spring. Don't exactly have pricing yet. And we've got the current Z20 over here as well. Dreame is also introducing a series of pool cleaners this year that they say are quite advanced. So there's the Z1, there's the Z1 Pro, and there's the J1. So the J1 is able to clean the surface of your pool, and their flagship, the Z1 Pro, is the only one they say in the market right now with a remote control. And because when the robot is underwater, it's not really able to use radio frequencies, this actually has a light beam, probably a laser, so you can actually use it to navigate your pool. You can direct it to certain areas of your pool that maybe are a little bit more dirty or have some leaves, something like that. And I think you can also just have it work autonomously too. So this is a pretty new category right now. I think it's pretty interesting that the fact there's a lot of companies that are sort of getting into it, and they say that they have a capacity of 8,000 gallons per hour, and they say that is better than their competitors, which are around 6,000 gallons per hour. I'm not that familiar with the space, quite honestly, but I sort of wanted to give you a clue as to what's happening in the robot world, and let's check it out in their little pool, and maybe I'll go for a swim.